Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and in today's video, let's run through what I got for Black Friday. Now, if you're interested in 4K, in Blu-ray reviews, home theater stuff, all that, definitely subscribe to the channel. We're getting very close to 20,000 subscribers. That was my goal for 2019, so I'm hoping to hit that goal before we get into 2020. So I appreciate if you subscribe right now, and thank you to all who have subscribed in the past. Now this video, we're going to talk about my Black Friday deals and pickups, and then also do a little collection update on some review copies that I've gotten in. So the first one, this was kind of like a pre-Black Friday, and I bought this because it was only $12.99, which is really good for a new release, and that's Peanut Butter Falcon. I heard really good things about it. I actually thought it was an A24 movie. Turns out it's not. It is by Lionsgate, but I heard great things. Shia LaBeouf's supposed to be great. Zach Goddard, I don't know how to say his last name, but he's the main character. He's supposed to be awesome in this, and looked like a really fun movie, my kind of movie, and so I picked that up pre-Black Friday for 13 bucks from Amazon, which was a steal. The first purchase I made on Black Friday was Blu-ray of Booksmart. I watched this actually this past weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, and I thought it was awesome. It is really funny. It's a really good movie. It is a little bit more coming of age than like Superbad, but it also has really good laughs in it. And the two main characters, the actresses are incredible. I'm forgetting their names now. Caitlin Dever and Beanie Feldstein, who's actually Jonah Hill's sister. She's the one right here. Jonah Hill's sister didn't change her name for Hollywood, but they were awesome. And that was for $10, which is a really good deal considering that's a very recent release. Then I jumped into some 4K upgrades, starting with E.T., the 35th Anniversary Limited Edition. I put this on YouTube. I posted it, let you guys know about this deal, that it was only $10, which was a steal. It comes with a CD of the remastered original soundtrack, 4K copy of the movie, and a little booklet, as well as this really cool slipcase packaging, ET phone home, lenticular cover to it. It's actually a way nicer package than I expected, and that was only $10, so that was a great deal. I also got First Blood, Rambo, Sylvester Stallone, and I picked this up for only $8, which I thought was well worth an upgrade for a movie that, you know, I'm going to have to check out. It was worth $8 for me to check out. I'll let you guys know if it was worth an upgrade. Same with E.T. I'll be doing videos on all of these in my Is It Worth an Upgrade series for 4K. And then in that same vein, I also picked up the original Hellboy from 2004 on 4K. I heard this was a really good transfer. This was also only $10, has the theatrical and director's cut with the 4K transfer. And so I'm really excited to check that out and let you guys know if that was worth an upgrade. I did pick up a couple more Blu-rays that are still on their way. Amazon was a little delayed. I grabbed the horror movie The Prodigy for $6. And then I have a couple gifts coming for other people, Blu-rays and 4Ks that I bought. But overall, really a little bit weak on Black Friday. One thing that disappointed me was Walmart's $8 deal on Endgame 4K. Never came to fruition online, and from what I heard, there were only a couple titles in store, and so it felt like that was a real big letdown. They advertised they were going to have that for $8 very heavily. They put about 2 copies in each store, never offered it online. So I would say it's a huge fail on Walmart's part. And then actually Amazon, for a lightning deal, ran Endgame for 4K for $8 on Sunday, I believe. That weekend, it was one of their lightning deals. And so, you know, Amazon is where I actually ended up getting all of these movies from, because they just price match Best Buy and Walmart, and it's easier for me as a Prime member to just buy it from Amazon, have it show up in 2 days, than trying to fight the crowds at Best Buy or Walmart. I can't be bothered with Black Friday. Where I live very close to the New Hampshire border. If you know anything about Massachusetts and New Hampshire, Massachusetts has sales tax. New Hampshire doesn't have sales tax. And so if you buy a $1,000 TV in Massachusetts, you'll pay an extra $70 in tax. You buy it in New Hampshire, you don't pay the extra tax, you get it tax-free. And so everybody near me where I live on the border in New Hampshire goes up to the stores in southern New Hampshire, which are also the closest to me. And so those are the crowds I have to fight with. It's everybody from southern New Hampshire, which is a large population, and then everybody from Massachusetts going up there to get the tax-free deals. So just crazy, and I just don't ever go into the stores. So I got what I could online. And then thankfully, one person on Instagram, because I couldn't get the Endgame 4K deal, they actually picked it up for me and they're shipping it out, and I'm going to pay them for it. But that was really, really cool. So I'll shout them out in a future video once I have it. It's on its way, and that was a really cool thing. So I just love the community. I love all the support, and that was an Instagram thing. So make sure you follow me on there, because that's a great place to hang out with other movie fans. Now, for review copies, we were a little light this month for 4K. November did not have much for 4K titles, and instead there's a lot of Blu-rays that came out, which I have, but not a lot of 4Ks. The only 4K I got in for review since my last video, other than It Chapter 2, which I obviously did, I did its own video on, but that was Hustlers. And so this movie actually got some, it was getting J-Lo a little bit of like Oscar buzz when it came out. It has a really cool cast. There's Cardi B, Lizzo, Keke Palmer, Constance Wu, Julia Stiles. Like, it has some really big names in it. And I've heard it's actually a pretty good story. It kind of tells the story of these like strippers when 2008, the economic collapse hit. They started taking advantage of like the Wall Street clientele that they had and making some more money off of them. So that was interesting. Also got Blu-ray of Where'd You Go, Bernadette. This is Cate Blanchett, based on a book, pretty popular book. I didn't hear much about the movie. You'll see it's a Fox title, but it's got the Disney packaging, which I'm starting to hate. I also got from Warner Brothers The Goldfinch, which I heard was some Oscar bait, also based on a very popular book, but actually didn't get that great of reviews. It has a pretty good cast. It has Sarah Paulson, Luke Wilson, Nicole Kidman, Jeffrey Wright from Westworld, and Ansel Elgort from Baby Driver, but I guess it just didn't do that well. It also has Finn Wolfhard from It Chapter 1 and Stranger Things, obviously. So a lot of good people in that movie, but it didn't end up being all that great from what I heard, so I'll have to check it out. And then I also have Blinded by the Light, which did get good reviews, but I think got overshadowed a little bit by movies like Yesterday. This came out around the same time as Yesterday and kind of touches on the same crowd, where it's like the musical kind of like fantasy movie. You know, this isn't as much a fantasy as Yesterday is, but basically it's the story of this Pakistani teen. He writes poetry, he finds inspiration in Bruce Springsteen and kind of uses Bruce Springsteen's music and style to kind of influence him and get him through some tough times. So I've actually heard it's pretty good. It has the Rotten Tomatoes sticker on it, so critics agreed, and I'll be interested to check that one out as well. And then just today, I got Ready or Not, which is a Fox movie again with the ugly Disney packaging. Also got good reviews, certified fresh, Rotten Tomatoes. And I did hear this was a lot of fun. This is a really fun horror movie. A lot of good kills in it. It's a pretty cool concept. Basically, there's this young bride. She marries into a rich, deranged family. And on her wedding night, she has to play hide and seek and basically fight to stay alive. That's kind of their ritual, I guess. But it's a kind of comedy, horror, thriller. So a lot of good laughs, a lot of good kills. Kind of like a comedy slasher type. But heard really good things. And as a horror fan, I'm very excited to check that out. And then the last one I have here is from Arrow Video. And it's their new limited edition box set of RoboCop. And so, you know, it comes in the same sort of box set that Arrow usually does. Pretty high quality cardboard there. Also comes with the poster. You got, I believe is it a 3-disc set? I thought it was a 2-disc set. Yeah, it's a 2-disc set. But it's just Blu-ray, but it has the 4K restoration that MGM actually put out in 2013. So it's not a new restoration. It's just Arrow porting that over. But what they do give you is a ton of extras. So this book is 80 pages long, and it has a ton of information and behind the scenes stuff on RoboCop. And then obviously you get the premium packaging as well as this really cool poster, which, you know, I'll just show you the kind of top half of it because it's not going to fit in the frame. But really cool. Here's their artwork basically on one side, and then on the other side, the original artwork. And so Arrow Arrow always has, really nice packaging. The only kind of hard sell on this release for me is the fact that the 4K transfer isn't new. And since it's not 4K Blu-ray, it's going to be a really hard sell for people to upgrade and spend the, 25 or 30 bucks on getting the box set when you can get the 4K transfer for fairly cheap. It came out back in 2013. It's been floating around for a while. This is premium, really nice stuff. If you're into Arrow Video, I'm really happy to have this. I love their box sets, but whether it's worth an upgrade or not, if you really love the movie, it's one of your favorites, you want all the behind the scenes, all the extra special features on the disc, which there are a ton of, and that poster and kind of collectible box set, then I would say it's worth it. Just trade in your old copy, get this new Arrow Video copy. But if you're just a casual fan and you were maybe hoping for a new restoration, you're not getting that here, so that's something to note. And it is just a standard Blu-ray, so it's not a 4K transfer. It's a 4K transfer to 1080p Blu-ray, so not a 4K Ultra HD disc. So that's it for this one. Just a quick update. Black Friday, some new review copies, lots of cool stuff going on. Towards the end of the year here, I'm going to try to wrap up with some videos before Christmas comes and it gets kind of crazy, but I'll definitely be doing a little holiday gift guide for movie fans and home theater fanatics, so stay tuned for that one. Also, remember to follow me on Instagram. Check out all the links down in my description to different ways you can help support the channel through Amazon, PayPal, or by buying merchandise from my Teespring store. Thank you to those who have purchased t-shirts in the last few weeks. That was super cool. Every time I see somebody buy a shirt with my logo on it, it blows my mind that anybody cares that much, but I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody watching. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll be back soon with much more content, more Blu-ray 4K goodness, lots of good stuff coming out at the end of December into early January in terms of 4K. So I'm really excited for those releases. Lots of good stuff to check out. Lots of upgrade videos to do with my new Black Friday pickups. Whole bunch of stuff going on. So make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications, and I'll talk to you guys soon.